Привет, my name is Vlada Vitrova and let's go shopping. Today I'm going to make a list of what to buy or what to have in order to do drag makeup. Of course, I am basing this list on the stuff that I use for my makeup, but every drag queen does her makeup, his makeup differently. So this is what I do. I just like to say two things in the beginning. The first one is many of the things that you are going to buy, they might look expensive at once, but actually they last ages. I have stuff that I bought like 2 years ago and I didn't even use 1/4 of it. So it's a sort of an investment. If you're pretty sure that you want to do drag, so go ahead and buy all this shit. But if you don't, you should think twice, because sometimes they are very expensive, but they last long. The second thing is that although this whole Instagram digital influencer bullshit is going on in our generation, the real tea is you don't need to buy expensive stuff to do your makeup. I think the only expensive stuff that I have here is this paint stick from Kryolan. Almost all the stuff that I have I got on drugstores, and I always try to look for the cheapest one that I can get. So first, let's start with the brushes. What are the kinds of brushes that I think are most important to do the kind of makeup that I do? You should have one brush for the eyeshadow, which is a normal brush, like that. You should have one blush to blend your eyeshadow. I like this brush here because it's a very thin one, so it helps me to do, for example, the freckles, the lashes, all the details. I like this flat brush to do my contour. A blush with very short hair is also very important because it allows you to make straight lines with precision. So for example, when I'm outlining my lips or when I'm doing my nose contour, I very much like to use that because it helps a lot. I have this bitch here for highlighter, but actually I don't know if that's good. So whatever. This one here I use for blush. This one here for powder. So they are two big ones, but this here is bigger because I use it for powder. And of course that baby here that looks horrible. It's definitely not its best day, that I use for my brows. So those are basically, I think, the must-have brushes. So let's start with what I use to block my brows. I use stick glue because I live in a cold country, so it's okay. But I was in Brazil on summer right now and I had a pretty hard time with that shit because my eyebrows were turning to my mustache and I was like blending my eyeshadow when I saw there was an eyebrow on my brush. So you should probably use a spirit gun or something else, or you can just go to Paloma Maremoto's channel because she has lots of tips there. I have translucent powder from Catrice. It's a very cheap brand that you can get in Germany. I think the second cheapest one, and it's very good. And then I have a concealer, a small concealer that it's a little pinkish, a little orangish. The darker your brows are, the more orange should be your concealer. And the lighter your brows are, the more pink should be your concealer. This one that I have here is from Catrice, and it's pretty much the middle term. I have also compact powder on my skin tone. And I have this thing here that, as I said, is probably the most expensive item that I have. I think it cost me 11, 12 euros or something like that. But good thing number one, it is really good. Really good. It's really worth it. It blends amazingly on your skin. And the second good thing about it is that it lasts ages. I got that almost 1 year ago and I'm still using that, and there is still lots of here to use. For my eyes, I use whichever eyeliner you have, as long as it's liquid, to map my eyeliner. To fill the eyeliner, I use this face body paint water-based split cake that I got for $2 on AliExpress. I use eyeshadows from Sleek. I have lots of palettes. They were like around 9-10 euros each, but they come with 12 colors each, and the colors are really amazing. They are very vivid. They are really worthy. Of course, I have lots of them, but I didn't buy all of them at once. I bought one, and then 2 months later another one, and then another one, and then whatever. For the white part of my eyes, I use this thing here, which is almost like a clown white, but it's not as greasy and not as soft as the clown white. So it's okay, because when I blink my eyes, it doesn't spread all over. And this is one of the things that I also say that I bought like almost 2 years ago, and I use it almost nothing of it. And I'll probably keep using that for, I don't know, 4 years or whatever, if I keep doing drag. I have this nice glitter that I got on Amazon for around 8 euros. They came like, I don't know, I think 20 or 30 different colors. You can see loads of them here. They have all the colors in the world. And I fixed them with hair gel because I'm a cheap bitch. Another thing that I was almost forgetting is this pencil eyeshadow that it's very good to do your inner lids. I really like that. Now for the face. As I already said, I use the paint stick from Kryolan. My color is F1. I use the compact powder that I already showed here. To do the dark parts of my contour, I like to use liquid foundation. This one here I got for 3 euros on Primark. It's the darkest one that I could get. And I also use that to do my freckles, by the way. To do the highlights of the face, which are basically these 4 areas, I use Clown White from Kryolan. Again, the same thing, a little bit expensive, but it lasts ages. I use this bronzing matte water resistant powder from Catrice to do my contouring as well. Also very cheap, probably 2 or 3 euros, not more than that. My highlighter is one that I got in Brazil. If you're Brazilian, you know what 25 de Março means. It's where I got that. Very cheap, very good. To do my blush, I actually used this eyeshadow palette, which was the first eyeshadow palette that I bought ever in my whole life. And then I got this, and it has this very nice pinkish tone. And since I already have this here, I don't see the need to buy a blush. I just use what I already have. And to do my nice contour, I use this very nice palette also from Catrice, this very cheap brand, which probably costed me 3-4 euros, and it's almost over, and it looks disgusting, but it's amazing. And the final touches, which are, for example, the freckles, I use the same foundation that I use here, that I said from Primark. To do my lips, I had this very nice and amazing and cheap and cute lipstick from Felicita Lux, which is also a very cheap Brazilian brand, but this happened. In Brazil, I'm devastated. I'm super sad for that. So I'm using my MAC lipstick. I used my MAC lipstick on this makeup here, but I'm sure one part of me died while doing that because that shit's so expensive, and I only use that to go out of drag. And to do this dégradé, I use a black clown that is here. That you can see it's very professional. It costed me 1 euro in a drugstore in Germany. To do this scar effect, I use a lipstick that I had for ages. I don't remember where did I buy it, when did I buy it, if it's still usable, but I use it anyways. So, sorry, I can give you no further information. It's written here that it's from Colosse. It's all the information that I have. And on the top of that, I use liquid collodium from Kryolan, around 4 euros or something, so that it gives this three-dimensional weird scar effect. To glue my lashes, I use this lash glue from H&M because it was the cheapest one I could get. And my lashes, I got them all on AliExpress. Also, they were really cheap. This one here is the bottom one. And on the top, I kind of glued these two together. Sometimes I make my golden teeth with this tooth enamel from Kryolan that I know how much it costs because my boyfriend gave me. And sometimes when I do my scars, the really creepy big ones, like the gunshot, I use this wax, modular wax, that you can see there is also no brand. Actually, the brand is Fantasy Makeup. And I also have a fake blood that is somewhere there on my table, but it's from the same brand and it's super cheap. But you can also make fake blood with honey and food color. Oh, I also like to use those sponges that I got a bag with, I don't know, 20 for €2, something like that. I think the hardest thing that you can get to do your drag makeup, it's talent. So this is my basic makeup list, and on the next weeks I will be posting video tutorials of how I did that makeup that I'm wearing right now. The first one will be about blocking your brows, and then the second one about the eyes, the third one about the skin, and then the fourth one about the final details, so that everything gets very detailed and well explained, so that you can maybe learn something new. So, пока-пока!